Hey everybody, good morning. How are you all doing? So today what I want to talk about is the fact that sometimes it's sunny on the outside but freezing on the inside. A bit of context, okay? So on my morning walk this morning, I stepped out of the house and it was bright and sunny. It looked like the perfect summer day, but it was freezing. I was so cold, and normally I'm always hot. So you can imagine I stepped outside expecting it to be warm because it was sunny on the outside. But inside I was freezing. And isn't life like that, often like that? You know, people look at your life, they see it appears that everything is perfect. It looks like you've got the perfect family, the perfect life, the perfect career, and yet on the inside you are falling to bits. And yet on the inside it's like you're screaming on the inside, wondering how people cannot possibly see that your life is nowhere near perfect. In actual fact, everything is falling apart. So how do you make sense of those seasons? Or can you even make sense of those seasons? Are you supposed to? That was my conversation with God this morning. How are you supposed to make sense of seasons in your life that doesn't make sense, or are you even supposed to make sense of them? Well, let's think about that this morning. Those seasons in your life when everything appeared to be perfect, and yet on the inside you were falling apart. Behind closed doors, there was chaos. Everything had just fallen apart. And you're wondering, how do you carry on? How do you go on? So in the midst of that, I'm going to read an excerpt from my book, and then I'll explain some more about what I've read, and then I will tell you what my thoughts are. Does that sound okay? Let's go. So the page I'm reading from, so first things first, if this is your first time here, welcome. This is the book, Navigating Your New Normal, A Roadmap for Life Fulfillment After Trauma. It's available on Amazon, and in the link in the comments below you will see the link for it on Amazon and everything else. Okay, so I'm reading from page 6. Okay. The one thing I loved apart from my schoolwork, I was regular SWAT, was singing. Singing was my only escape from many childhood troubles and the pain of being abused at home. My mom, a pure soprano whose voice would rival that of a professional opera singer, used to teach us old hymns of the Anglican Church whenever she had the opportunity to. That is, when my father was out. I was not allowed to go to church choir rehearsals. That would have given me a freedom that went against the ethos in which I was raised. I was able to participate in the school choir though, because the rehearsals took place during lunch breaks and it didn't impact on my studies. I was surprised that I was allowed to join. I knew I could sing and forget about anything that was going on in my life. So, in the midst of my childhood troubles, living in an abusive home and everything, music was my escape. But anyone looking from the outside in will think that our family life was perfect because my father was supposedly the pillar of society and everything else, and we seem to have it all together. But life is not always like that, is it? Appearances can be very deceptive. But you know what I'll tell you from looking back on those times? There were so many times when I thought I wouldn't survive, when I thought I couldn't go one more day, when I thought, how am I going to survive just one more day? But you know what? Like I said, in the excerpt I read, singing was my escape. So I was a choir girl. And for the better part of 25 years or so, I've sung in one capacity or another, whether it's as a choir girl when I was in secondary school, or in a gospel choir, or now, well, on and off over the years, I've sung in one capacity or the other. And during those dark days of my childhood, music, singing was my escape. But when I look back now, during those times when I thought, surely I couldn't go one more day, and yet I will have the strength. I will be given the strength to go on. And the only thing I can say was that I knew that God was with me. Even though sometimes it was hard to believe, but I knew that I will find comfort. I will find peace somehow. And I knew that He was with me. And that promise that He made, that He will never leave nor forsake us, it's something that I want you to hold on today, no matter what you're going through. Because I'm sure you can look back in your life, over your life, at those times when you thought you were a goner for sure, when you thought you couldn't make it another day, you couldn't go through another day. But He kept you. But you survived. Not just survived, but you moved on. You got through. You got through somehow. So I want to encourage you, and I also want to challenge you to actually, if you can relate to what I've just said, write in the comments, I made it. So if there's ever been any time in your life when you thought you couldn't make it another second, you couldn't make it another day, and yet you did. If you can relate to that, in the comments below, type, I made it. Because if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, then you did make it, But I want you to, today, I want to just give you hope. I want to give you reassurance that God has never left you. He has never forsaken you. Even when you thought He wasn't there, He was. He was there. He was there. He never left you. And then you might say, so why did some horrible things happen to you? Why did you have to go through those horrendous times? Well, I don't claim to have the answers to those questions. I honestly don't. But what I can tell you, though, from my own experience is that there has never been any time when I've gone through trauma, when I've gone through trials, that somehow, some way, I haven't found comfort, I haven't found hope, I haven't found encouragement or inspiration. A lot of times, the comfort, the peace, the solace in those times might have come from the most unexpected places. Maybe you are at the bus stop and somebody smiled at you. Or maybe somebody you haven't a friend or an acquaintance you haven't spoken to for a long time, just happens to pick up the phone at the exact time you needed encouragement. At the exact time when you were thinking, surely I can't go on any further. I don't know what I'm going to do. I cannot even think of going through the next hour. And yet somebody picks up the phone, or somebody encourages you, or you get that help, or you just feel that peace just at the time that you need it. So I want you to go into today, into this weekend, and the coming days, or whenever you watch this broadcast, I want you to think about the fact that you are not alone. I want you to remember that you are not alone, that you have not been abandoned, that you are not forsaken, and that there is peace, there is comfort, there is solace for you there is solace to be found. And it might come from the most unexpected places, but don't close your eyes to those things, to the comfort that might be around you, to the arm of friendship that might be extended to you, albeit for a short season, because those are the things that will get you through the times when everything is falling apart. I hope that would encourage you in your new normal journey. And like I said, if you can relate to any of what I've said, just write in the comments, I made it. Because this journey of walking through trauma, the aftermath of trauma, the new normal journey as I call it, it's a journey it's not a journey that you can do on your own. I want to be your companion on that journey. I want to encourage you on that journey, and as I would welcome encouragement from you too, because we're not meant to do this journey alone. And with regards to the excerpt from my book, I told you it's on Amazon. You will see the link in the notes. So what I will encourage you to do is check out the link and check out the reviews and what others who have read the book have to say about it, and then consider buying it, because I think it would help you. I think it would encourage you. It will give you some inspiration, because I know what it's like to walk through trauma, and in the coming weeks and months, I'll be sharing more of my story with you. But I just want to let you know that I know what it's like when it's sunny on the outside, but you're freezing on the inside. When everything looks perfect to the outside world, but everything is falling apart. And even in those times, when you think you are alone, you have not been forgotten. You have not been forsaken. God is with you. And He offers you hope. He offers you encouragement, sometimes from the most unexpected places. Be on the lookout for those unexpected sources of comfort, of peace, of encouragement, because that's how the new normal journey is meant to be done, with hope and with encouragement. Until the next time, be inspired to soar, and don't forget to write your comments below. And if you have any questions about your new normal journey, if you need any encouragement, you can either write it in the comments below or send me a message on Facebook Messenger, and I will do my best to answer. I don't claim to have the perfect answers, but I will give you solutions, tried and tested solutions that is helping me and continues to help me to thrive in my new normal journey. Until the next time, be inspired to soar. Bye.